Your Classical Storytime is supported by the Minnesota College Savings Plan, the official 529 program for the state of Minnesota. Learn how you can invest for your child's college education and minimize your taxes at mnsaves.org.
Welcome to Your Classical Storytime. I'm Jeffrey with Why Crocodiles Have Tears. Once upon a time, many years ago, all the animals in the world had jobs. The bees grew fruits and veggies for everyone. Monkeys picked ripe fruits from high up in the trees to share with animals on the ground. There was another animal with a very important job too. The crocodile. The crocodile took care of all the animals who lived in the river. One year, when a drought threatened to dry up the river, the crocodile became very concerned. Without water, the river creatures would die. She decided to send Otter to find a new home for everyone. After 2 days, Otter returned with good news and bad news. The good news was there was still water in another river nearby. It was big enough for everyone. However, the bad news was why the drought was so terrible. A human lived on a farm between their drying up river and the other full river. The farmer was using all their beautiful fresh water to grow his crops. And to get to the other river, they had to cross the farmer's land. Everyone was afraid of the farmer. He was a tall, mean fellow who released his angry dogs to scare away anyone who trespassed on his farm. Crocodile needed help. In order to safely cross the farmer's land, she knew she would need to make peace with the lion, who was in charge of all the land animals. Lion and crocodile were sworn enemies, largely because of crocodile's habit of hiding submerged in the river and leaping up to bite any unsuspecting animal who came to drink. It was a problem. So she summoned Turtle. Please take this message to Lion as fast as you can. Tell him our river will be dry soon, and we need help to get to our new home. And so, Turtle set off to find Lion. Slow and steady, he made his way to the big feline's home to deliver the urgent request for a peace treaty. Thought Lion. This is terrible news. I must talk to Hyena. Their help will be important for this mission to work. And so, Lion set off to find Hyena, who was taking a nap deep in the forest. Hyena! Lion roared. What? Yelled Hyena, falling off their hammock with a thump. What's going on? Wake up. There's an emergency at hand. The water animals are in danger. The river has dried up because of the farmer. They need help crossing the farm to get to their new home, Lion explained. That's terrible. Of course I'll help. And with that, Lion ran back home and asked Turtle to tell Crocodile to bring the river animals and meet him and his land animal friends at the willow tree by the river tomorrow evening. The next night, when everyone arrived at the willow tree, Crocodile was so grateful she shed a tear of joy. Lion was feeling very open-hearted and happy to make peace with Crocodile after such a long time of being enemies. But still, he had all his land animal friends to look out for. We shall escort the water animals safely across the farmer's land into the deep river. What shall you do for us? Crocodile said, You shall all drink in peace. Come to the river, drink your fill, and know that none of us will leap from the water to bite you on the nose. And since we're negotiating, maybe you can ask Elephant to not fling me up into the crook of a tree whenever she gets the chance." Lion and Hyena put their heads together briefly to confer. Hyena popped their head up to ask, "How can we know you'll keep your side of the deal, Crocodile?" Crocodile said immediately, "I give my word of honor," and shed a few more tears of honesty into the sand. Baboon said, "Yee-haw, let's do this." But Hyena, who'd had their nose bitten by Crocodile one too many times, said, "Well, I'm suspicious. You all do what you want, but I'm out. And I would recommend that you all get something in writing." And they disappeared into the trees. After more conferring with the land animals, a contract was drawn up. And again, Crocodile let loose with several big tears, saying how grateful she was. But inside, she was thinking of how she might take advantage of the land animals' generosity while not keeping her end of the bargain. Obviously, she kept those naughty thoughts to herself, and all the animals began their quiet, stealthy journey across the farmer's land. As soon as they reached the riverbank, all the water animals disappeared into the depths, giving silent thanks to the land animals who had helped them so generously. Crocodile made sure all her water animals had made it into the new river before turning to Lion and the land animals. "Thank you for your help," she yelled. Lion sprang back nervously. Why was the crocodile being so loud? "We're just so happy to be in our new home. So happy I could scream!" The lion hissed, "Hush, you'll wake the farmer's dogs." But it was too late. The dogs were upon them, snapping and barking and chasing all the land animals far, far away from the beautiful new river. Hyena yelled from a tree, "I told you not to trust her and her crocodile tears." The land animals were furious that Crocodile had broken the treaty, and even the water animals were ashamed their leader had betrayed the trust of the land animals. From that point on, neither land nor water animals trusted Crocodile. She became a grumpy, solitary creature, biting noses whenever she could, and crying fake tears in hope that someone, anyone, might think she was actually sorry. You wouldn't be surprised to learn that nobody said a peep to warn her when Elephant snuck up behind her. In fact, when Elephant grabbed Crocodile by her scaly tail and flung her up into the branches of the tallest tree, the creatures of both land and water were united at last, as they laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed and laughed. The end. Thanks for listening to Your Classical Storytime from American Public Media. Find out more about today's story and explore the rest of our catalog at yourclassical.org/storytime.